Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
So yesterday I brought you the story about the Ghana Olympics team and how they struggled to win it without very little support and all that. We have a new story here. Today we're going to look at how the Ghana Athletics Association were able to secure the boys' visa. The story of how they got them to get into Poland, and narrated here by one member of the association, and it was quite an amazing story which I thought I should share with you guys. We also hear from the boys who won and are going to the Olympics. Yesterday there was some news that they had been disqualified. Well, I'll give some clarity to that, but just to tell you up front, they have not been disqualified from going to the Olympics, but they were disqualified in yesterday's finals that they took part in, and what it means I will let you guys know today. They also talked about support coming in from the government and joked about not wanting 25 million, but at least some form of support would be great. All that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not, click on the notification bell to get more updates. So we all know yesterday the story I broke, and it was about the Olympics athletic team, the 4x100 relay team that made history for the first time since Athens 2004. Ghana has a representative in that competition at the Olympics, this time in Tokyo, and we couldn't have been any more excited. It was clear that the support from government was not great, and the boys had to sort of more or less push themselves to take part in this competition. I brought you that story yesterday about Fentu, who revealed that these guys, after winning gold in 2019, did not meet up, did not have as much training, but they met up in Poland, and what they did was amazing to say the least. But how did they get to Poland is the main question that a lot of people were interested in, and it was quite interesting that getting to Poland was something of a story, and it's amazing. When I read the story on Twitter, on the handle of Fentu Tahiru Fentu, the guy who has been really passionate about these guys and their journey into the Olympics. But let me just clear the air on something right now, and it's about them being disqualified yesterday. Well, yesterday they took part in the finals of the 4x100 relay, and unfortunately they were disqualified. They had finished third and were entitled to a cash prize of $10,000. But unfortunately, upon review from videos, I think an exchange in the relay was done illegally in the wrong way, and it led to their disqualification, and apparently they could not win that prize money. So that is what it meant by that disqualification news that had been making the rounds. But they are still going to the Olympics and also to the tournament, another tournament in Oregon in 2022. So these boys are set for a really great few years ahead of them, and it starts in 2 months time at the Olympics. But this is the story of how they were able to manage to get them to the Olympics, to Poland in an attempt to get the Olympics slot. And now this is from Andrew Owusu Oli. He posted this on Facebook, and I got this from Fentu's handle on Twitter. He initially talks about him getting the news about their qualification and being excited about it. He goes on to narrate that around 12 p.m. CST on April 12, 2021, the first 7 invitation letters to Ghanaian athletes registered for the 2021 World Relays arrived in his email box from the World Athletics via the Ghana Athletics Association. My task, he said, as a foreign athletes coordinator on the Ghana Athletic Association Executive Committee, the expectation was that I would facilitate or help the 7 US-based athletes, 3 of them being male and 4 female, secure Schengen visas from the Polish embassy. We had 16 days to do so. I went on my knees for about 30 seconds and asked the Lord for a miracle. Why? How would we manage to get 7 different visa appointments for in-person athletes at the various Polish consulates in Washington, D.C., Houston, and Los Angeles, especially when none of these athletes lived in any of those cities? The average distance between their cities of residence and their consulate was a staggering 570 miles. However, there were 3 were within an hour's drive from the DC consulate. According to the Polish embassy's visa application portal, there were no available slots for interviews. How would we be able to pull this off with no funding yet from the Ghana government? To add more drama, the linchpin of the men's 4x100 relay team needed to first renew his US visa in Ghana before applying for a visa in Poland. How the heck were we going to facilitate that, since the earliest possible appointment to renew US F1 visa in Ghana was October 2021? One member of the women's relay team was required to renew her Ghana passport before applying for a visa to Poland. Despite various entities helping to expedite her passport renewal, she eventually dropped out, citing visa acquisition costs, a need not to miss training, and focusing on individual events. Found this to be strange, as her coach had collaborated with us all along. That notwithstanding, the decision to compete or not is always the athletes. This was tough pill to swallow, as all the other athletes had to also make the same, if not greater, sacrifices. Now, during the first 2 days, over 30 phone calls were made to the main line for the Polish consulate in Washington, D.C. We either got a number busy signal or no response when the phone rang. Benjamin Azameti got through eventually to the Houston consulate's main line, but was referred to the very website that said no available dates for appointment. What happened next was nothing short of a miracle. What was obscured from most lay observers was the systemic obstacles related to the pandemic. COVID-19 had complicated the perennially difficult problem of securing third country visas from Ghanaians who do not live in Ghana. For our athletes and officials in Ghana, the closest Polish embassy to Ghana was in Senegal. But any follower of the news knows of the difficult political situation in Senegal, not to mention of how if you left Ghana to go for a visa in Senegal, one may have to be quarantined in Senegal because of the pandemic before you could even head to the Polish embassy there. The long and short of it was that our entire Ghana-based contingent, including athletes, was unable to go to Poland because of the inability to get the Polish visa. Keep in mind that the Nigerians, Senegalese, Ivorians, and all other relay teams we defeated at the 2019 African Games were not able to show up. COVID-19 really complicated access to visas, and so I want to seize the opportunity to express our profound gratitude to the following individuals and entities for the critical support they gave us in their visa acquisition process for the athletes. The Polish consulate in Washington, D.C., Houston, Texas, and Los Angeles, the U.S. Embassy in Ghana, Madam Nancy Keteku, other individuals who prefer to be unnamed, GAA's Executive Board, World Athletics, the local organizing committee for the World Relays, and Miss Erin Hayes, Prof. Christian Insia, Coach Fletcher, and Coach Hicks. Massive thanks to you all. Ghana and Ghana Athletics, I appreciate you all so much. Finally, I extend my heartfelt thanks to 8 US-based athletes and 1 UK-based athlete and their loved ones who forsook the comfort of staying at home and jumped to accept the call of duty from Ghana. They tolerated the financial and other stresses this process exacted on them without complaining. They soldiered through to have the opportunity to go make Ghana proud. And that is the story of how, quite a lengthy one, if you made it up to this point, thank you. Quite a lengthy story of how they got their qualification and how they got into the tournament proper, to have the opportunity to go to Poland and also to have the opportunity to represent Ghana at this Tokyo Olympics. Great news coming on from that end, and I have to say I'm excited they are going to the Olympics. I'll end here with this interview they had with Juliet Bewa of TV3 Sports on 3 Sports News, and they were asking essentially for support. They joked about not needing $25 million. Let's have a listen to that interview. You saw it there, that interview there with Juliet Bewa, quite interesting. The boys are poised for action. They mean business, and while now they need adequate preparation for the games proper in Tokyo. Your thoughts in the comments box on everything. And the sports minister and the Ministry of Youth and Sports have put together a package for them, have promised the boys their unyielding support moving forward from this point on. And let's all learn from this and everyone that athletics is also a sport in Ghana. There are other sports apart from football. Yeah, we are a football nation, it's accepted, but we shouldn't focus on football so much, the detriment of other sports, and other people need the support from the government. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Enjoy your week.